Hello, Violas. Today we're going to continue working on the high third finger pattern, the 3-4 finger pattern, but today we're going to be on the D string. So we'll be learning the high third finger on the D string, which is G sharp. Remember, when you have a natural note, the next note up is the sharp note. So we have G natural normally with first finger in our 2-3 finger pattern. And so if we stretch that third finger up a half step, that would give us a G sharp. And the sharps, remember, are the black keys on the piano. They could also be called flats. But here we're calling it a G sharp. And you do see sharps more frequently on string music, especially as you're learning to play. And then later on, you will see flats more frequently than you do now. Let's go ahead and we're going to do number 52. Let's read G sharp. First of all, let's tune up that note. So find your first finger on E, full step, and then there is the whole step for a G sharp. Go ahead and tune that to me, and here we go. 52. Good. And let's go ahead and next we're going to do number 53, which is called Reaching Out. Sounds very similar to what we played on the last page. Yes. And let's go ahead and do number 54 now, which is called Higher and Lower. Notice how they put an arrow above the G sharp, and that's just to remind you that that is high third finger, not your normal third finger. Here we go, higher and higher. Good. Now, up until now, they have given you the G sharps as accidentals, meaning they go ahead and put it on the note rather than in the key signature. And remember, when you do have a sharp or a flat or a natural as an accidental, so that changes whatever is in the key signature, if there is one, it does apply for the rest of the measure. So when they give you, for an example, in Higher and Higher, they give you a G sharp on the third note. The fourth note is also G sharp. But then when they get to a new measure, they have to put the sharp sign again. So the bar line always cancels out any accidentals in the previous measure, but other than that, they are good until the next measure. So just remember that not every G sharp is going to have the sharp sign on it, but if it's in the same measure after one that has, it's still sharp. Next one is going to use the key signature of A major. So A major is 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. The sharps always go in the same order in the key signature, so when you add a third one, that is G sharp. We're going to go ahead and play the A major scale, and this is the A major scale that uses the high third finger on both the G string and the D strings, because you have a C sharp and a G sharp. So remember, when you're playing in the key of A major, you've got to be using those high third fingers. And this one is it's not written as a round, but it is possible to play this one as a round. You could certainly try that. It does only play the top note once, which is a requirement if you're doing a 1 octave scale as a round. Very good. And then the last one on this page is our song. It's called Song for Anne, and this one is also an Essential Elements quiz. So the most important thing with these pages that we're working on is that you're really getting comfortable with that finger pattern, and that you're really striving to play the notes in tune, listening carefully and making those adjustments so that the notes sound in tune. And as we get used to playing the high third finger, it's really going to open the door to much more range in our ensemble pieces, and we'll be able to play in some different keys. So it's definitely worth knowing, and just make sure that you're keeping the wrist nice and straight. It's really tricky if you don't have a straight wrist to make those adjustments in the finger pattern. So having the wrist straight and kind of pushed back is important for getting that range of motion to play in different keys and in different finger patterns. So good luck and happy practicing.